The Eagles just completely ripped up the rulebook, and if you think the first round was pure chaos, you have absolutely no idea what is coming in rounds 2 and 3. We just watched Howie Roseman perform a masterclass in aggression, and now the draft board is officially wide open. If you want to know which players are about to turn this roster into a championship-caliber machine, you need to stick with me, because what I'm about to reveal might just shock you. Before we dive in, smash that subscribe button if you want the fastest NFL updates on the planet. Seriously, let's talk about the reality of the situation. Howie Roseman is not playing games. He has officially entered Houdini mode, and history tells us that when he wants a guy, he goes up and gets him. We saw it with the trade up to snag my lemon, and we are about to see it again. The Eagles have the ammunition, the picks, and the audacity to make massive moves tonight. Can they actually pull off another blockbuster deal to land a game changer? Or will they sit back and let the board fall to them? We are moving into a critical phase of this draft, and the strategy is clear. Improve the trenches, shore up the secondary, and prepare for the long-term future. Keep watching, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly which prospect have the Eagles' DNA stamped all over them. Let's start by looking at a player who is flat-out dangerous. Emmanuel McNeil Warren from Toledo. I am honestly stunned he's still on the board after the first round. This guy is a human missile. When you watch his tape, the first thing that jumps out is his frame. He's got the perfect build to play safety in the modern NFL. He doesn't just tackle, he lays the lumber. He plays with a level of physicality that gets you hyped just watching him. Does he need to improve his wrapping technique? Sure, that's a coachable skill, but you cannot teach the athleticism and the instinctual way he plays downhill. If he's available when the Eagles are on the clock, do you pull the trigger on a trade up to get him? Drop a name below. Who is the one player you are praying falls to this team? Let me know in the comments. But the obsession with building for the future doesn't stop at safety. Howie Roseman is always looking 3 steps ahead. He thinks about what happens when key veterans move on or retire. Take the offensive line, for instance. Emmanuel Pregnon out of Oregon is a fascinating name to keep in your back pocket. He's a classic, powerful guard who plays with a nasty streak. He has the kind of upper and lower body power that you just love to see in the trenches. Could he be the guy to eventually step in for a veteran leader? Absolutely. He's refined, he's strong, and he looks like he's ready to fight for a starting spot the second he walks into the facility. And then, we have to talk about the tight end room. It's an absolute freak show out there with the current class. Eli Sturs from Vanderbilt is someone who has been making waves since the combine. He's basically a converted quarterback with insane athletic upside. He's the kind of mismatch nightmare that you can move around the field to create space. He wins in the slot, he wins on seam routes, and he's got the kind of production that makes you think he can handle the jump to the pros. In a post-Dallas world, having a weapon like Sturs who can exploit coverage and move the chains is a total luxury. Now, let's pivot back to the defensive side of the ball, because let's be real, you can never have enough pass rushers. The Eagles pride themselves on having a rotation that keeps quarterbacks terrified, and Zion Young from Missouri is a name that keeps coming up. He's a captain, he's got that all-around game, and he's sturdy enough to stop the run while still having the juice to collapse the pocket. He's a 3-down player. Then you've got Gabe Jackies from Illinois. This guy is a beast. Some of the draft experts are saying he's good for 7 to 10 sacks every single year regardless of the system. That is the kind of consistency that makes a defensive coordinator sleep easy at night. He's got the burst, he's got the hand usage, and he plays with a motor that never quits. But the list of edge rushers doesn't end there. There is Cassius Howe from Texas A&M. If you want a guy who is all ball all the time, this is him. Yes, he's a bit undersized, and yes, his arms are a little shorter, but his motor is he's got that twitchy ability to get his hands up.
It really dictates the defense.
And he's fantastic at disrupting the play behind the line of scrimmage. He might require a trade-up, but if you value impact players who can change a game in a single snap, Howe is worth every bit of the effort. We also need to keep an eye on Michigan edge rusher Derek Moore. He's the definition of steady. You know exactly what you're getting with him. A disciplined player who gets better every year. He's great at converting speed to power, and he's someone you can rely on to be in the right place at the right time. And speaking of Michigan, don't sleep on Jam Barham. He's a versatile piece who can play the edge or drop back. making him a tweener in the best way possible. In a system like the one we are running, that kind of flexibility is gold. If you're looking for that classic Penn State developmental project, look no further than Denny Dennis Sutton. He's got that Micah Parsons-esque vibe. The raw tools are all there. He's got a spin move that is genuinely fun to watch, and he's an athlete who can just bully people. He's still raw, still developing his pass rush plan, but the ceiling is through the roof. If he reaches his potential, he's going to be a problem for opposing offenses for the next decade. Let's talk about the safety position again, because there is more talent here than people realize. Trayden Stukes is a guy who I think was underrated going into the draft. His ball skills are just off the charts. He can play corner, he can play safety, it doesn't matter. He has that rare ability to track the ball, catch up to receivers who have a step on him, and make an absolute highlight reel play. He's a playmaker. Then there's Keontae Scott from Miami, who is basically a human bottle rocket. He plays with such high energy and speed that everyone in the building gravitates toward him. He's physical, he hits hard, and he's not afraid to mix it up in the run game. For those who want a true center field safety, A.J. Holly from LSU is a name to watch. He's got the instincts to read the quarterback's eyes and jump the routes. He's smart, he's productive, and he's comfortable playing either free or strong safety. And let's not forget about Zachy Wheatley from Penn State. He's familiar with the area, he's a willing tackler, and he has the range to cover the back end of the field effectively. Now, I know some of you are probably asking, what about the offensive line depth? Look at Caleb Tyran from Northwestern. He's got the size, the experience, and the reliability you want to tackle. He's the kind of guy you draft, let him sit for a year or two, and then watch him become a cornerstone of your protection. Or consider Marquil Bell from Miami. This guy is a mountain of a man, 6'6", 360 pounds. He's massive, but he actually moves surprisingly well for his size. He's one of the most interesting prospects in the entire draft because if he can keep his weight in check, he could be an absolute anchor on the line for years to come. I've gone through the names, the scouting reports, and the potential, but the big question is, who fits the culture? The Eagles aren't just looking for talent. They're looking for specific types of players. They want guys who are physical, guys who are smart, and guys who are ready to work. Whether they trade up for a game changer like Emmanuel McNeil-Warren or stay put and draft a steady contributor like Gabe Jackies, the goal remains the same: dominance. We have a long night of football ahead of us. Rounds 2 and 3 are where championships are often built. It's where you find the steals, the diamonds in the rough, and the players who eventually become household names. The draft board is going to get wild. Teams will panic, reaches will happen, and value will fall right into our laps. The question is, will we be ready to pounce? Stay tuned. Keep your eyes on the social feeds, and don't go anywhere. We're going to be tracking every single move, every single pick, and every single trade throughout the night. If you want to stay in the loop, make sure you're locked in here. It's going to be an intense, high-energy ride, and I am pumped to be covering it all with you. This is where the future of this team is decided, and we're going to be watching it unfold in real time. Do you think Howie Roseman has one more massive trade up his sleeve, or are we staying put to accumulate depth? I want to know your take. Are you rooting for a defensive playmaker or an offensive line reinforcement? The comments section is open, so get your predictions in right now. We've got a massive night ahead, and I promise you, you don't want to miss a single second.